right, hey everybody. I'm Andy.
I'm Blunt Bunny.
I'm CFB, the other bunny.
And I'm going to be running A Link to the Past reverse boss order.
Yeah.
So I'm ready whenever. I guess I'll give a countdown if you guys are ready.
Yeah, you can do that. I'm cool with that.
Okay. Yeah. You okay with that, Andy?
Okay, with what?
If I just relate everything to Super Metroid completely out of context?
Go for it.
Okay.
Okay, sure. All right, ready in 3, 2, 1, go.
Woo! Andy, I love you.
I love you too, man.
Yeah.
All right, so it's gonna get a little interesting pretty quick.
Nice.
We do have to get the sword and shield from our dying uncle.
What's the estimate for this?
130, I think. So if you don't know what reverse boss order is, we're beating the bosses in reverse order, if you couldn't figure that out.
Oh, thanks, dude.
You're welcome.
I wasn't sure.
I know you've never watched a run of this, so...
No, I haven't. So basically, starting out, he's going to be taking advantage of movement manipulation technique called pumping, where he's going to force Link to try to move an extra pixel every time he mashes down. It's about a 50% chance each time he's mashing. Actually, he's going to be doing that a lot because you don't get the boots until a little bit later.
A little bit.
You know, it's interesting because Super Metroid has pumping, but it's a little different. You know, you hit L and R. It also moves you an extra pixel every time you do it. It's pretty cool. This game has wall jumping, right?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so coming up first, I'm actually going to clip through this staircase, lining up on a particular pixel, and moving for 1 frame. Oh. Hello?
This is a pretty tough clip, actually. It's one of the tougher clips.
There we go.
Nice.
And we're just going to jump through the floor.
Very similar to X-ray climbing in Super Metroid.
I was just going to say.
So I have to correct the screen here, or else we end up soft locking in the next room. So I have to make sure the screen is correctly positioned. The lamp here. Then we're gonna wall jump with Zelda just for you, CFB.
Thank you. I hope your series escape is better than mine was.
I don't know, man. If you didn't get steamed, you would have been golden.
I think your escape is still probably faster.
So kind of like the clip where I tricked the game into thinking I got around a layer barrier and then jumped over a ledge. I'm going to be pretty much doing the same thing here, where I save and quit while I'm in the middle of jumping off a ledge, and the game is a little confused as to why you didn't end up going down to the lower layer. So when you get hit, it just forces the lower layer to happen, and we're under the floor again. Just taking a nice stroll through Hyrule Castle.
It's all nice and glitchy in here, too.
now we're in Tower of Hera.
Whoa.
That's in Hyrule Castle, if you didn't know.
Nice.
You're literally destroying my childhood right now.
Now we're in the Sanctuary. And Zelda magically pops through the floor.
This doesn't look like Sanctuary. What is this?
This isn't what your church looked like when you were little?
No.
So we have to save and quit to actually get above the floor again, so. Do you want to explain rupee trees and stuff?
Talk to me or him.
Either one.
Well, okay, the way rupee trees kind of work, I'm trying to explain this the best way I can. So there's like an in-game counter when you kill enemies. So when you pull the first, he's going to be pulling a tree here, and it's going to drop, I think, blue rupees first. And then he's going to have to kill 4 enemies without taking damage, and that allows him to farm red rupees from this tree. So he's going to kill 4 of these guys here. So that's 4. So now when he pulls the tree, it's going to be red rupees, and he can repeatedly do this. Oh, nice. Okay. I was going to say, is that 4? Okay. So now he's going to go for another clip here to get to Death Mountain. Since he doesn't have the gloves yet, he can't do it the intended way. But I think this way is faster either way. Okay.
All right, that was good.
So now he's going to have to scroll the screen properly here. Hopefully it doesn't get owned by squirrels and boulders here.
Please. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if he didn't scroll the screen there, the game does this weird thing where it has like a super long transition into the cave.
It tries to, like, every time you go in a loading zone like that, it has a fade out. And if the game doesn't really know where to fade out to, it just kind of tries to do it even if the transition isn't on the screen.
So hopefully Andy won't die here on Death Mountain because he's down to 1 heart. And he can't, obviously he doesn't have boots, but he's just going to have to walk with the old man here. And he likes to take his time going into the cave.
What even hit me?
Looked like the squirrel hit you.
Hmm.
There was like another squirrel to the left.
Interesting. I didn't even see it. No problem. I was probably going to die anyways. So it really
this is like the early part of this run is very difficult. You see, he doesn't have very many hearts.
If Death Mountain wants to own you, it can have its way with you, literally.
There's no way. There's nothing you can do about it, especially since you don't have boots. So you're just kind of like walking along, hoping boulders aren't going to just destroy you.
All right, we made it this time.
Nice. Is there a mirror in Super Metroid?
No.
Dang. Okay, so these boulders aren't being very nice to Andy right now. He's trying to take his time. Looks like he's okay though.
You know what there is in Super Metroid? There's a low health beeping indicator.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to make a reference, but I don't know anything.
Yeah, it's okay.
So now he's going to be clipping through this wall, which is going to take him to the opposite side of this exploration glitch map, I guess is what we call it. So now he's actually in Palace of Darkness, but in a cave state. So what that means is there's no key counter, so he's going to open this door, and it's actually going to underflow the key counter. He actually has infinite keys. So as long as he doesn't collect a key, he'll be fine. Oh.
All right, that's fine. No big deal. I just have to go get a heart.
Yeah, he was trying to bomb jump across that, but I think that window's pretty tight.
I threw the bomb way too early.
So Andy's going to be doing a very precise bomb jump here. It's a bit easier in this category since, again, the dungeon's loaded in a cave state, so the bridge isn't actually going to collapse in this room. So there's more time to
None of
set it
the
up.
sprites are actually loaded. Oh god. All right. That was almost really bad. There we go.
So since he was blasted into that rail a certain way, he was able to clip through it and just hold up and just go through the rail to get that bomb, or to get the hammer.
Yeah, there is bomb jumping in Super Metroid as well.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Yeah,
Nice.
it doesn't even hurt you.
Wow.
It's great.
The game sounds so much better than this one.
Thanks, CFB. I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here, Andy.
This is the worst room in the game coming
Oh,
up.
yeah. The lovely Moldorm Cave.
Oh my god.
So he's in here to grab some rupees, I believe, or stock up on some supplies.
Both. We get 340 rupees, some bombs, and some arrows.
Yeah, because Andy's going to be getting the flippers here soon, which actually you have enough for now. So now he's going to be going for a trick called fake flippers. He doesn't have the flippers yet, but in the 1.0 version of this game, the game doesn't check when you fall into the water and then transition on like the same frame. So when you transition here, the game doesn't like send you back where it's supposed to. So now he's just going to swim to Zora's River here.
Oh my god. Alright.
He has to be careful not to get hit either, because
Well, we're just gonna...
play it safe. Yeah, probably a good idea.
Those crabs do 2 hearts of damage for whatever reason.
Yeah.
They're a little overpowered.
If he would have took a hit there, he would have definitely done it.
So normally, if I had done it correctly, I would have just been swimming through this whole section. Well,
Yeah,
it saves like 25 seconds, actually.
yeah. It's a bit sketch, though.
Yeah, if you get hit at all while you're in the fake flipper state, you soft lock. So it's definitely risky.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's another trip up Death Mountain without boots. We do these a lot. I think like 4 times in total. It's pretty terrible. So right there I did basically the same kind of clip. It's just when you're clipping through the left wall, you have to position yourself a little differently than when you clip into right walls. Basically what I'm doing is limiting my movement to 1 frame because the collision detection for the walls require 2 frames of movement.
Now he's in Thieves Town. He's got to properly load the dungeon now.
So up here I'm going to be doing another rail clip similar to the the bomb jump I did earlier, except since there's ground here, I can just use my sword. This dungeon is actually really dangerous. Everything pretty much does 2 hearts of damage. So I have to be very careful.
Really
as I almost gave that horse a kiss.
Yeah.
Coming up is normally one of the worst rooms in the game anyways, but we don't have boots, so it's even worse.
Yeah, normally you would just dash through this room here, but... Okay.
Alright, that Patrick Star's just chilling.
Yeah, he's having a little party there. He got lucky.
That sounded really great in the headphones, by the way.
Yeah, it did. So I don't know if you could tell, but like the pots are the light world pots. It's because the game thinks he's in the light world state currently. So I think that means, well, he would be able to fight blind now anyway, but he's going to be setting up the blind fight right now for while he's here.
So since the game thinks I'm in the light world, these goblins, which normally do 2 hearts of damage and are pretty powerful, are actually just rats.
Yeah.
They're coded the same. They just have light world and dark world sprites. But since the game thinks I'm in the light world, but we're in a dark world area, they have the dark world sprites, but the light world characteristics. This game's screwed up.
Yeah, that's why you hear the squeaking too. Squeaky rats.
So normally we come in here with the power glove, so we can just lift up that rock. But I don't have those this time, so I have to kill all the enemies.
Yeah. Yeah, the hammer's just as powerful as the tempered sword, so it's more useful here.
Alright, I'm gonna take this room really safe. Since we have to come all the way to the basement to get the Titan Smiths anyways, it makes more sense for us to just drop the maiden off in the boss room and then mirror out. That way when we come back to this dungeon later, we don't have to come all the way back to the jail cell. See you later. Alright, so now we're gonna do this rail clip again, but we're gonna go somewhere else with it this time. So what I'm doing now is I'm under the floor again, and I'm gonna walk to another dungeon. And because I didn't leave Thieves Town naturally, while I'm doing this, the game still thinks I'm in Thieves Town. So I still have all the properties that are attributed to that dungeon. So the game still thinks I have the boss key. So I'm gonna use that to my advantage and open up to a door and a chest from Eastern Palace so I can get the bow and completely skip the boss key for this dungeon later.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't noticed already, like all of the indoor areas in this game are all on the same map, so it's really easy to just travel between dungeons, open doors, so you can skip keys later and everything. Again, the game thinks it's in the light world because it's playing the light world music right now.
But since the game attributes the first loading screen to the dark world, it doesn't actually transition to the light world until I transition a screen. Because of that, I have to mirror twice to get back to the normal light world.
So now he's actually in the dark world. Now he's in the light world. So Andy's picking up some bottles here because he's gonna get crunk later, get some potions.
Just one for now. I don't want to outdo myself.
Yeah.
I'll pick up another one later, though.
They're lightweight right now, so.
Oh my god.
This clip's a little harder than it looks.
Alright, I'm just going to select buffer. I don't even care.
Have you tried, Andy? Have you tried doing that on keyboard?
I have not actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it's a little easier.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it definitely is a little easier. Alright, so like I did earlier in Palace of Darkness, clipping into dungeons from caves, there's no key properties for caves, so I'll be able to open chests and doors if I need to. So I'm going to be picking up the Cane of Samaria, and then I'll be getting 2 other key items in a little bit.
Why are the sprites loaded this time around?
I have no idea.
It's weird.
I wish they weren't. It makes this dungeon really scary.
You can't even see under the mesh there. It's not the right graphics.
It's coming up in a room pretty shortly. There's these slug enemies that do 4 hearts of damage. So no matter how much health I come into this dungeon with, I can die in this room if they give me bad RNG like this. All right, we're good.
So this clip's going to be taking him to Hera right now.
Oh my god.
So he's going to get the Moon Pearl.
And I'll be doing one more clip so I can get the hook shot.
It's really convenient that these rooms are conveniently placed where they are.
All right, fine. Just stay over there.
Hopefully he'll stay there.
Oh no.
I believe in you, Andy.
Me too.
The more time I spend clipping, the more tired my hand gets because it's pretty abusive to my D-pad. To hit the diagonal at the same time, I have to kind of just slam my thumb on the controller.
Now, obviously, he's in Swamp Palace. He's just going to grab this hook shot.
Nice menu.
The bottle menu's great. It just stops everything. Has to load all the bottles.
And now we're coming up to another worst room of the game.
This game sounds awful.
You know what else has a worse room in the game?
What?
Super Metroid. Cool. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Game still sounds better.
All right, so this room down here, there's 2 of those birds that can kind of do that.
Yeah, that thing
And,
right there.
if one of them ends up crowding the rock, I won't be able to pick it up, because if he hits me while I'm in the act of lifting it up, it'll just knock me off the rock. And I'm going to have a bad time.
Nice Undertale reference, dude.
It's exactly what I was going for. Normally there's a little cutscene that plays here when I get the flute, but since I picked it up in the Dark World Warp, I can skip it. It saves like, I don't know, a handful of seconds maybe.
Dang, I like that cutscene.
Sorry, dude. So I'm getting the Tempered Sword, I'll be getting some more money, and another bottle.
Yeah, so Andy has the Fighter Sword right now. Normally, the game would think that you have the Master Sword at this point, but the game actually allows you to upgrade your Fighter Sword to the Tempered Sword, so you don't even have to get the Master Sword in this run, which is actually really convenient.
We actually wouldn't be able to kill Ganon with the Fighter Sword.
Yeah.
The heart beeping will stop eventually.
God, I hope so.
He got a bunch of items. Yeah. It's basically, yeah. Yeah.
It only costs 10 rupees to do like 6 times as much damage.
It's totally worth it.
Where's that drink?
I mean, like... Oh, that's why you're getting the bottles, man.
You're right. I'm about to fill up real quick.
Yeah, he's gonna go get some potions now, which are gonna have some interesting effects here.
I'm gonna fill up on health too. Alright, so in the next dungeon, I'm gonna be manipulating some memory values. I guess I'll explain it when I get a little closer. Basically, in normal doorways, the game doesn't allow you to carry anything over your head through the doorway, but we're gonna get around that.
This is one of the more interesting glitches in the run, in my opinion. Alright.
I did that last time too.
Did you kill the other two purely out of spite?
Yeah. I'm gonna put this block in the wall and carry it over my head. Maybe.
Yeah, okay, so in that chest down there, there's normally a compass, but the screen just kind of flashed there, so now the game thinks he's in a different room. And now he got the big key there instead.
And this room is normally a junk room with a key so you can get out, but now it's the big chest room, conveniently.
It's so weird. It's like they planned this.
Deer Force knew, dude.
They did. So now he's about to get crunked now.
Is this the infamous YBA?
Yes, it is.
What would the Forkies think of this, man?
I actually don't know if that pixel's good.
He has to hit the transition and drink the potion on the same frame here. Just to carefully not drink this potion too.
This is like the worst one to drink.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice. So now it like forced open the flute menu. And now this is where stuff's gonna get crazy.
So normally you're not supposed to, be able to flute out of a dungeon, and because of that, it kind of puts us in an EG state. And since I fluted out of Skull Woods, the game still thinks I'm in Skull Woods, believe it or not. And I'm going to be using the fact that I have the big key to open up big key doors around the game. So right here is the Palace of Darkness big key door to get to the boss. I'll also be opening the door at the end of Ganon's Tower. Just taking a bath in some lava.
Whoa. What's going on here? This isn't the Link to the Past I remember.
Come on, everyone did this as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're out of here. So now I'll be able to completely skip the big keys in Palace of Darkness and Ganon's Tower when I get to those dungeons later. Now we're going to go fight Ganon.
Which is going to be interesting here. He's going to be setting up another one of these potion drinking things. And, well, you'll see what happens. It's I'll explain it more when it happens.
All right, guys, I got a donation. So we have $10 from Charmander360 No Scope. Been looking to donate at STR for a while now. Super stoked to donate during one of my favorite games and for one of my favorite streamers. Sending you some sexy RNG from the Pug Farm. Good luck on the run, Andy, and don't you dare drink those potions. Chalk dives on the couch. Thanks for the $10 donation.
Okay.
Thanks, Char.
So since Andy fell down that pot, some of those pots don't actually have destinations, so it just sends it to room 0, which happens to be Ganon, which is another convenient thing. But now Andy has to fight Ganon with low hearts, and you got the hook shot actually, so this is still sketchy. You can't take any damage here.
All right, we survived.
That's good.
For now.
The first two phases are a bit scary because you don't have the boots, and he doesn't have the hook shot out either, so he's not like able to just use iframes. So it's a bit scarier than a normal fight.
Also, since we fall in the room at like an off angle, we can't get as many hits in the first bit as we normally would. Right there was lamp glitch. I lit the left torch before the right torch went out, and because of that, the right torch will just stay lit indefinitely. I'm gonna use the lamp as much as I can in this fight to conserve magic.
Using the lamp here can make the fight a little bit more difficult because sometimes he can warp to the top right, and it makes it really hard to hit him.
If he warps to the top right, I just switch to the fire rod. But magic is a little tight in the next couple dungeons, so...
Yeah. Right now he's got some pretty good RNG, except
Oh my god.
now.
Okay, that was bad. I counting to 3 is really hard, alright.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
Alright, we're done with the game. Ganon's dead, right? Shoutouts to Oddity for finding out that if you fall up here, you save like
Dude, you
3/4
fell.
of a second.
What the heck?
I fell, man. I'm gonna have to mirror out. Hey, we're in Hyrule Castle again. Alright, so now that Ganon's dead, I need some more drink. So we're gonna refuel.
We're gonna party up now because Ganon's dead.
He's moving to the cheap stuff now.
Yeah. I already splurged. I can't splurge again.
Pockets are hurting, man.
Alright, so now we're going to Ganon's Tower to kill Agnon 2.
Yo, when do you kick your SNES?
It's not mine, so
Dang. Can I kick it?
if you want to, go for it.
I think if I stomp hard enough, it might reset.
I don't think anyone but Patty can stomp hard enough for that.
Yeah.
And his TV's really bright.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So I'm gonna clip here, and if I jump off this ledge at a very particular set of pixels, I'll actually wrap up to the top of Death Mountain.
Nice.
I just end up jumping into the staircase of Ganon's Tower. Alright, so here, conveyors do really weird things to Link's movement physics if you mirror on them. So I'm going to be mirroring on this rightward moving conveyor, and it's just going to clip me into the wall at the entrance.
Actually, the first time I've seen that. Come on.
There we go. I'm going to place a Samaria block, and we're at the end. Alright.
Perfect sense.
It does make
What a game.
It does make this fight a little difficult because the screen is just completely screwed. Oh man, this RNG.
Wow.
Too bad they both shot at the same time.
Yeah.
Alright, he's dead.
Nice.
Oh, you can't see it.
Dude,
off
this is a charity event, man. What's going on?
There we go.
Oh, okay, that's better. Right in the face.
So now I need the Ice Rod, and then we can go to Turtle Rock. Basically, all the item collecting we did early was so that we'd be able to beat Ganon, Ganon's Tower, and Turtle Rock. And then the game kind of opens up at that point.
All right, so we got a $25 donation from Florinus. Hey, Andy, don't think about the W word. This is a serious run at a serious event. Also, quit blaming Patty. It's not his fault you're known as SNES Stomper. Thank you for the $25 donation, Florinus.
Am I allowed to ask what the W word is?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
So here's actually a really cool clip. So normally when we've been clipping into the walls, we've actually just been transitioning, but we're not going to be doing that here. So the downward teleport that we normally do is actually just going to put us in this wall a little more, and we're just going to semicircle our way up the wall. I don't have a visual cue for this anymore.
Basically what he has to do here is mirror and transition on the same frame. It's going to do like a screen wrap so he can enter Turtle Rock. Well, there you go.
There we go. So when we transition, it actually just semi-screen scrolls us and disorients the screen a little bit.
Yeah, so now he's like on the backside of Turtle Rock.
I'm going to do this Samari glitch again. Screen flashes, and then we're actually just going to get the big key from the big chest. You actually just open this as many times as you want.
Whoa, 2 big keys. 3!
Whoa.
Whoa. Bet you can't do that in Super Metroid.
I mean, yeah, you can do stuff.
Oh, damn.
Sorry.
Oh.
The game is still better then.
Nice, I got bad RNG.
All right, so we got a $10 donation from I Hope Aliens Believe in Me. This is my favorite Link to the Past run for taking this broken game to its limit. It's amazing how runners navigate those ruined textured dungeons. Good luck, Andy. Thanks for the $10.
Thank you. Alright, so you picked up the mirror shield, which is a little slow. Takes like 3 seconds to get, but it saves pretty much that amount of time just being able to walk through the laser to get the last key of the dungeon.
Yeah, it's much safer too. You could actually walk past this laser carefully, but it's pretty sketch.
Scary, and it takes a little time to set up. Like,
Yeah.
you can't just kind of like go in
Yeah.
expecting to come out alive. All right. HDQ all over again.
Yeah, I
too.
know. I was feeling it there. So now we'll be going on to the next boss, Trinex here.
Dude, I didn't know Trihex was here.
Yeah, he is. Playing it a little safe there, so it's probably the best. You only got 3 hearts. If he hits you at all, you're done.
Yep.
Definitely a solid call there.
If he wasn't that far down and to the left, I probably would have gone for it. But
Yeah. That was a bad
Link's
position.
hitbox is like really weird after a spin attack, because you're basically like inside him when the spin attack is done, but you don't get hit immediately when the spin attack is done. It doesn't make sense.
So now we got our first crystal. Now Andy's able to get the boots because he was able to clear one of these dungeons, or clear Trinex, which you probably should explain this. About
So,
the pendant duping.
Yeah. I'm going to be duping the Eastern Pendant. So basically, Trinex is a pretty complicated boss. As you saw, it's like a big turtle with 3 different heads. The body moves, the heads move, and the heads attack differently. And then so it's a lot for a SNES game to handle. So they actually program multiple different Trinex rooms to control different parts of the boss fight. So normally the other Trinex rooms are completely inaccessible. But since we can go into the exploration glitch state and walk under floors and things like that, we can actually access the other rooms. And because of that, I'm going to be loading a dead Trinex pretty much.
Yeah, actually, I think it was because of that trick, RBO is possible, because there was no way to get the boots without, having to do Eastern first. That's at least one of the things.
Shoutouts to Super Scudge.
The godfather of this category.
Alright, so the reason I'm in Eastern is so that the game thinks I'm in Eastern when it tries to give me a boss kill drop. So when I walk into this Trinex room, the game is going to try to load the boss, and then it's going to realize that the boss is dead. And it's like, oh, you killed the boss. You deserve a prize. And since it thinks I'm in Eastern, it'll drop the Pendant of Courage.
We give it to our cowboy friend, and he gives us the boots. Nice.
We totally deserve that. Since it thinks that we killed Trinex, it actually warps us back to the entrance of Turtle Rock instead of the entrance of Eastern.
Nice D-boost.
Thanks. It was definitely helpful for my movement speed.
Yeah.
Hey, they have those in Super Metroid too, I think, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
They have those in DKC3 too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, dude.
Man. All right, so we're going to talk to this cowboy, but not directly. We don't want to look him in the eyes.
Bet you can't unsee that cowboy hat.
I know I can't.
I hate you.
It's definitely not his forehead.
I mean, foreheads aren't ever that shiny, so it has to be a cowboy hat.
Exactly.
All right, we're getting 50 rupees so that we have enough to buy one more drink for the end of the run later.
LA's going to cut you off, man.
All right, so now that we have the boots, we can get the Book of Medora, and that'll allow us to get Ether, which will allow us to enter Mire normally.
Wait, you're doing something intentionally?
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to do a similar kind of thing I did earlier, getting into Ganon's Tower to climb all the way up the mountain quickly. It's just a little easier now that we have boots because we can put ourselves in a glitch state that'll allow us to clip into corners very easily.
Don't mind that little glitch there, that speed state he's in. That's normal.
Basically, when you release a spin attack, you press dash the very next frame, it locks Link in a weird glitch state where it tried to make him dash, but it wouldn't let him. And so it locks his movement whenever he touches some manual staircases. He will get dash speed from walking. So this dungeon with 5 hearts is a little scary. For this boss, we take intentional damage to kill him faster, so we have to make sure we keep all these hearts for the entire dungeon.
Quick question.
Yeah?
Who is we?
Myself. Just me.
Oh, okay.
I'm multiple people.
Okay. Just probably talk to someone about that.
How did I light that popo on fire? I don't even know.
Still solid.
So we do still need the big key in this dungeon, so we have to come back up here. Even though we already have the cane of Samaria. We have to light all these torches to get the big key.
Didn't you grab like 4 earlier?
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
I
sorry.
did. Unfortunately, they don't carry over.
Dang.
That's a shame.
I bet in Super Metroid they would.
But luckily, since the rest of the dungeon is done, we can just go in this warp and go straight to the basement.
So we have a $20 donation from Carvius, and he says, "Hey Andy, what's the W word?"
This game doesn't have a stealth section, right?
You can message Thronis if you want to know what the W word is. I don't have to do that. Alright, so we kept all our health. There's still, I mean, I can still lose health, so I probably shouldn't have said that. But we have all our health, so we should be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, this is like exactly the amount of health you'd want for the fight. Nice Vitreous.
Thanks, guys. Alright, next boss is Cold Stare.
It's probably the last scary fight in the run.
Yeah, pretty much. There's still a lot of chances for time loss. There's still I have a bunch of potions to drink. I have a bunch of interesting boss fights to do. A lot of clips to do. So the one nice thing about this RBO run, compared to RBO runs like Super Metroid, the game gets a little... Well, the run gets a little boring after you have collected all these items and beaten like the tougher bosses, since you're so overpowered.
Did you say unlike? Because, I mean, that's like, as soon as you kill Ridley in RBO, it's like a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like nothing, like it's just movement, where there's still a bunch of glitches and stuff to do in this run.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little more entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I like about Super Metroid?
What?
Everything?
It's not this game. He's doing a clip here. It's going to skip a few of the rooms.
Oh my goodness. I'm not good. Oh my. I think I messed up again. Yep. What is going on? Alright, whatever. Let's move on.
You just keep missing the last one, it looks
Yeah.
like.
I'm missing the easy part.
This is still going to be faster than going through the rooms.
The sword beam sound when he's doing that really helps.
Yeah. Luckily in this dungeon you don't need the big key. So he's just going to be doing this like how it would be normally done in any speedrun. Doing this bomb jump here. It's going to skip the main puzzle. Oh, we're flying.
All right, that was actually really good. I'm really surprised.
I forgot you might have done something like that. But yeah, basically he was just hovering there. Just don't worry about it.
He was just cheating. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Unlike a Ninja Gaiden, ice physics in this game are literally the worst thing in the world. Oh.
Dang, this isn't 100%, Andy.
We don't talk about that, all right? There's definitely not a video on YouTube of me getting really, really mad. Okay. Okay.
Nice clean up there. That's a pretty tough strat to pull off, but that was a good recovery though.
Yeah, usually if that fight goes wrong, it goes really wrong. But luckily,
dying there is a big time loss. You have to redo the entire dungeon.
I'm proud of you, Andy.
thank you. Luckily, it's not as big of a time loss as it would be in no major glitches category, because you don't need magic to get through the first room. So we can just hope for. Well, we have to pray for a magic drop pretty much.
Yeah, in the penguins room or something.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a $20 donation from Scrivo, and he says, "Hey Andy, Scrivo here. Good luck, have fun, and don't forget the Bofa."
Thanks.
Gotta love the Bofa.
I was hoping for a more trolly comment, but that's good enough.
Go Browns.
You remember when Cleveland was going to win the World Series?
Yo, 1-3, man.
Alright, so now we're going to fight Blind, which you saw me drop the maiden off in the boss room earlier, so I don't have to do the rest of the dungeon. So this is going to be a pretty quick little section.
The only difference in this fight here is since Blind is already in the room, he's going to have to fight Blind with sword beams. But that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not as bad as it seems. You can stay at the bottom of the range and just use sword beams.
The only difference is when we bring the maiden into the room, we can usually, like, if you do it perfectly, the fight will be the same every time. But since we're coming from the bottom, we can't get the first cycle as quickly, which gives Blind enough time to where... Oh, okay, I messed it up. But if Blind moves for a certain amount of time, she'll move down to the bottom of the screen. And normally, Blind doesn't even have enough time to do that, but since we can't do it as quickly, Blind can do that if she pleases.
He also has the mirror shield, which helps in this fight quite a bit. Not so bad.
All right, so we have a $15 donation from Sweaty Crack. Awesome run. I bet the W word stands for wiener.
It doesn't, but that's a good guess.
Thanks for the $15.
Oh, man.
close. I think that's the same number of letters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't know what the W word is.
Hold on, dude. I got you.
All right, so Skullwoods is going to be the first introduction of some serious VRAM corrupting. So since we already have the fire rod, we don't need the boss key in this dungeon either. We could just fall in a hole to get into Mothula, so we can just pick up a couple small keys and head to Mothula. I'm going to do another Canis Mari glitch, except instead of...
That's my boy right there.
Wow, that was so lame. Unbelievable.
Yes, sometimes you get some interesting results.
Sometimes I can't see the screen.
Yeah.
This one's a little boring. I apologize. But the next dungeon will fill you up with VRAM corrupting.
Even
so it's
the-
okay.
Even the arrow counts and bomb counts are glitchy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, normally you can't even see them.
Yeah, you usually get some pretty crazy results from that glitch.
I think it all depends on just how long you wait before you transition north.
Okay.
And I just didn't wait long enough. I'm pretty sure the pause menu will still be invisible if I tried to pause. But the crystal's gone. We're talking to nobody. Link's going a little senile. See if it's invisible before I... Wow, I can still see it. Unbelievable. I'm disappointed in myself.
It looked a little glitchy, but...
Alright, so now we're going to Swamp to fight Argus. And this is... this is going to be interesting. I hope you guys like the Atari.
I like the Atari.
Here I'm going to try to do this anti-fairy skip.
Make Josh proud.
Alright, good start.
Oh, no. Dang it, Andy.
Dang, dude. I usually dedicate that to someone, and whenever I do, I mess it up. But even without it, I mess it up, so that's good. It's real good.
Okay.
Anybody want to play Smash 4?
You have Super Turbo on that cart?
Alright, so this is another dungeon that, since we already have the key item, which is the hook shot, we don't need to get the boss key. For whatever reason, the boss door is actually covered by a small key door.
Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. Is there even a big key door in this dungeon? I don't think there is.
That's a good point.
No, I don't think there is. I think it's just for the chest. It's kind of a weird thing.
Okay. So I'm gonna get this red potion out.
This is gonna be the last shot you'll ever take, man.
All right, good.
Nice. Whoa, what happened? Oh, it's Argus.
That was actually really good.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. It's really tough to see the puffs, obviously, during this state.
My blob can beat your blob up.
That was really good.
Holiness blob.
Yeah, would you like to recite the story for me?
I don't have it memorized, but I can bring it up if you really want me to. I'll do it.
I'll leave it up to you, man.
Okay. Yo, it is actually Friday night, too.
So this is pretty normal.
Are you sure?
I don't know. If you didn't go through this when you were a kid, you're playing the game wrong.
Clearly.
Did you actually want me to do this?
I don't care.
Okay. Well. Prologue. It's Friday night, and once again, Boy was at home with nothing to do and nobody to see. Though he and his mother had moved to the area well over 2 years ago, Boy has yet to make any friends. Every time he tried to start a conversation with his classmates or join in on any of the games they played during recess, he'd get mocked. Nobody liked him, and nobody pretended to, not even his parents. There was no better evidence of this than the fact that his parents never even bothered naming him, figuring he wasn't worth the effort. As you can see, Boy has had it rough since the day he was born. It doesn't help being a total spaz either. I'll leave everyone in suspense for now.
So the game actually doesn't fix this glitch until I hard reset. So we save and quit after we buy another potion, and then hard reset the console so we can actually see things again.
That's weird that effect actually lasts after saving and quitting too.
Well, it's just a more severe, like, VRAM corruption. So, like, I don't know. That's all I got.
That's fine.
On.
Yo, those are the homies right there.
Honestly, I can't believe the game still runs in that.
Yeah,
corrupted
that's
state, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what makes this interesting. So many other things that can like happen that cause the game to crash. It's weird that that doesn't. And convenient, of course.
And convenient. Alright, so we bought that other red potion for this dungeon, actually. Ooh, nice bomb. Nice. I only have 3 arrows. So use the potion to this door and actually just puts us in the turtle room, skipping a pretty long cutscene and a couple rooms as well. And we open this boss key door right before Ganon, which saves quite a bit of time in this dungeon.
He has the tempered sword here too, so the fight is not nearly as bad.
The best linebacker in the NFL is not so good anymore. Hey. For whatever reason, when you kill him in the middle of the room and you bonk into these spikes, you just get insane knockback.
Doesn't it have to do with his tail being extended? No?
I don't know, man.
You don't you don't know anything.
I know nothing about this game. I just push buttons, man.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so we have a $5 donation from MPG Happiness. Greetings from Germany. First time donator, long time watcher. I just wanted to say I love speedruns and I love Smash. Also, you're ruining my childhood. Wins Nocturne.
You know, shout outs to the poor young girl. Oh, man.
He's actually from Atlanta. Don't let him fool you. His whole comment was a lie.
I have a $1 donation from Chomsky. He says, Andy, can you please not stomp the stream again? We missed Fairy Skip. Sad face.
He's not racing. That's not going to happen. He has nobody to sabotage but himself.
Alright, so now we're going to go fight Aghanim 1. All the Dark World bosses are done. Aghanim's Tower is usually a big pain, so we're just not going to do it. We're going to come back up here and clip in these stairs.
This is also kind of convenient because Aghanim's Tower, I think, is in like the same dungeon, I guess? Dungeon loadings? I don't know. This works.
Alright, we dash 2 screens upward and we're at the end of Aghanim's Tower. Nice and convenient. Who knew that going up so many flights of stairs would lead you nowhere?
Oh.
Nice.
Man. Not much really going on with this boss except RNG.
This boss sucks.
Yeah.
Yo, how many blue balls am I getting?
0.
4.
4? I'm gonna go with 15 for me and my boy Scrivo.
There are only 2 people on the planet that have gotten 15 blue balls.
So basically how this fight works is the first attack is always a guaranteed yellow shot, which we can hit back and damage him. The next 3 are 50-50, whether they're yellow shots or blue balls. And as you can see, the blue balls split up and we can't hit him. And then the 5th attack is a lightning attack, and it repeats that cycle. So if you get 15 blue balls, you literally lose 15 coin flips in a row. Which is pretty stupid. And anything more than 2, a blue ball is like, you know, a 3 or 4 second time loss. But if you get more than 2, they start adding lightning cycles to it, which is an extra like 8-second time loss.
So he's already got an extra lightning cycle because he's gotten 3 so far. So if this next one's an energy ball, he's going to get 3 no matter what.
Alright, 3. Statistical average.
Yeah, that is the most common.
This fight also sucks because, like, depending upon where he moves, it can take, like, anywhere from, like, barely any time at all to, like, a full second for him to move across the entire screen. There's just a whole bunch of dumb RNG factors that go into it. So next is the Light World dungeons. We have to fight Moldorm, Lamolas, and Armos, but it's pretty quick. We make very quick work of the Light World.
Have you ever gotten the golden sword just for fun?
No. I don't like to smear butter on my enemies.
Only your friends, right?
Only my friends.
Again, he's going to be entering her the same way, just from the bottom of the screen.
have to go exactly 3 pixels up left here for this to work. Oh my. There we go.
This is also convenient.
Yeah, so we clip in the wall and fall in this pot, which takes us to a safety room normally that you can access from the top of the dungeon. Then you warp back to the top, and that allows us to skip a really, really long auto-scroller room called the tile room. Tempered Sword is really nice for this fight. And slash him once, and then spin attack and he's dead.
Yo, Andy.
Yeah.
If I wanted to post like a Twitch emote of Moldorm in chat, how could I do that?
Twitch.tv/IHYorPie/subscribe.
Oh, okay.
It'll really help him out.
Yeah. Nice meme, dude.
Thanks, man. I figured I'd just shove 2 memes into one.
Yeah.
Use balding.
How did that get approved?
So if you liked Argus, you might like this fight too.
What?
Alright. So we're gonna go into the Popo genocide room. And we're gonna kill all the Popos because we're supposed to. But instead of advancing in the dungeon, we're gonna take another drink.
Ooh.
My sword's not charged. Come on. There we go.
I know it's like hard to tell, but like this door is actually what we call a vacuum door. So like when you walk into it, it just automatically moves you up. Oh, nice.
That's not supposed to happen. Oh, that's gonna. Where's that gonna put me?
Oh.
That's good. That's never happened before. Marathon cliche.
Yeah. Where are you?
I guess I'm gonna go fight Moldorm again. I think I have to fight Aghanim again. I don't know. We're just gonna go to here.
I mean, I saw you kill him, so like.
Yeah. I could just go back to desert and do that instead.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, you have all the items anyway you need.
All right. Round 2. Let's hope it doesn't crash this time.
You still have a potion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen that fight crash.
Except to guess who this is.
What? Don't worry about it. Just
I want to guess.
trying to crash the game again.
I'll try my best, man. No guarantees, though.
Appreciate it.
Well, all right.
It's a console stomping ghost.
So, I guess I'm going to go get the boss key in that dungeon since this glitch just doesn't want to work.
That's so weird.
That's unfortunate. I'm going to blame Use Pizza Super Nintendo.
Just bully it into submission. Typical collective scum.
So have a $20 donation from Anonymous. So thank you for the $20, Anonymous.
Oh my god.
Man, this desert.
I knew that was coming.
I honestly had no idea which way I was going to jump, because sometimes you jump like
Yeah,
just onto
it's-
the top ground.
Yeah, it's weird.
Man.
You know, I bet if you were on that PVM using RGB, you could probably see that a lot better. It's too bad we're not in Sweden, man.
Yeah. How do you like the RGB?
It's pretty sick.
Okay, so we just got to do this dungeon backwards a little bit. We have to get this key, then we can get the boss key, and we'll just mirror out. And I'm really bummed. Lamola's fight's really fun when it's just one blob against 3 lines of blobs.
Yeah, it has a very similar effect to the Argus fight.
Man, I was going to do the rest of the game with the glitch state on, too. I'm really upset.
Me too.
Go for it again, dude.
Yeah, right after you got the boss key, just try it one more time.
Let me just save and quit real quick.
So we got another $5 donation from Scrivo. It says Scrivo again, 2 failed wide BAs and a desert ledge hop. That's what you get for knocking Cleveland.
Ooh.
You don't have a World Series ring, so it's okay.
I mean, he has a point. Like, they don't need any help, so like we probably shouldn't like, put him in a dumpster like that.
Then we also got a $19 donation from Anonymous. So thank you for the $19, Anonymous.
How close are we to the incentive?
The incentive is at $284 out of
Alright.
1,000. So
Sweet. Who's gonna drop $730 right now?
I don't know, man. I want to see it. So I hope Pat wants to see it just as much.
Just soft lock a couple more times.
Yeah, drag this out a little bit longer.
Alright, so now we're going to fight Armos. It's pretty straightforward. We're just gonna clip through some stairs again. I could try this clip.
Oh. The guy wasn't having it.
I don't remember. Nope, alright, I'm done. One try was enough.
This dungeon's more interesting with boots, that's for sure. But I think you just skip missing it now, don't you?
Yeah.
It's still cool to see boots.
That was actually really good.
Wow.
Yeah, boots in this dungeon is so fun. It's so fast.
I still like the skeleton room too. It's really cool with the bow.
So we got $21 from Anonymous, who says, "Let's unlock that goal." for the $21. I agree. Let's unlock that goal.
Excuse me while I sit here and wait. Now I need an arrow drop.
Dude, of course. What a game.
Well, it's my fault. So you'll notice that the door doesn't close down there because I actually already have the pendant. For whatever reason. I guess if you ever like wander back up into the boss into a dungeon you've already beaten, they can't just roll one.
Yo, 6 save.
Yeah, nice strat, man.
Thanks. It saves me a lot of time. All right, so now we're done with all the bosses. We're going to clip to the credits. We've already beaten Ganon, so we don't want to beat him again. That's no fun. So time's gonna be coming up pretty soon. Hopefully.
What else could possibly go wrong? Nice.
All right. At least that clip went well once. That clip sucks. All right. Get ready on time. And time.
Nice.
That wasn't a whole total train wreck. Other than the game crashing twice. Yeah. That's not too bad. I'll take it.
With the 2 crashes, it's not too bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun. Thanks for having me on. It was a lot of fun.